Yeah, see, there you go. There you go. See? Coverts. That was on purpose. No. Dalton, how dare you point that out? All right, guys, so how to write compliant ad copy that converts. No coverts. It's undercover. Don't tell anybody, right? All right, so first thing, spell check. All right, so why learn copy, guys? Well, learning copy is, I think, honestly and truly a superpower, okay? Because if you can learn how to, and guys, I didn't spell check anything, so whatever, all right? It is what it is. All right, learning copy is a superpower, it really is. And I think it's being able to persuade someone. The power of persuasion is super, super important, because if you can learn copywriting, you can basically take somebody, they'll read your copy, and you can get them to do something, okay? And you can use that power for good or evil, okay? Hopefully you guys use it for good, okay? Now, learning copywriting, like I said, allows you to persuade people, allows you to influence people, and also it is very, very important for sales, okay? Now, a couple things, right? So copywriting for Facebook is super, super unique, okay? I think we can all agree, right? So we're going to go over a couple things of what you can't do when it comes to copywriting, okay? On Facebook, all right? So the first thing, guys, is you have to, yeah, look at that, right? I don't know who you are, but you visited my site once, so now I will find you again and again and again. It's a retargeting joke, but all right. So, some things you can't do: text referencing or alluding to personal attributes or characteristics of the targeted group. Okay, so that's one thing you have to keep in mind, right? So anything that has like a personal attribute, so talking about like disease or diabetes or weight loss or belly fat, things like that on the ad copy itself, you can't say, okay? You just have to play by the rules. So you can kind of allude to it, but you can't say it. So you can't say, hey, do you want to lose belly fat, like on your ad copy? You might as well just get shut down, right? It's just not going to work, right? The other thing, too, is you can't use the words other to reference a personal characteristic, all right? Something like, do you have this and all these other symptoms, right? That's another, you can't say that, okay? So you have to be very, very careful with how you phrase things, okay? Now, here's, like, for example, here's something you can't say, right? Car insurance for 18 to 24-year-olds, okay? Why can't you say that? Yeah, exactly. You're targeting a specific demographic, okay? So you can't say that, right? And so you get the skull and crossbones of death, all right? Car insurance for teens, you can say that. All right, why can you say that and not say the other thing? It's not specific, yeah. It's more general, okay? Does that make sense? All right. How about this one? Dealing with diabetes. Why can't you say that? Personal attribute, right? Someone has diabetes, you're calling them out. Join our group for diabetics. All right, so once again, it's not the difference between that and the other one, right? So the first one, do you have diabetes? It's personal, right? I'm talking to you personally. This is more broad. I'm not talking about you. Hey, join our group for diabetics, right? Now, and I'll tell you a tip here in a second, but our targeting is going to do the talking. But here's another one, right? Treat your anxiety with these helpful medications. Why can't you say that? Yep, you're calling somebody out once again. You're saying your, right? We have anxiety treatments available, all right? Once again, we're not calling anybody out. We're just saying, hey, we have this available, okay? Does that make sense, guys? Okay, cool. Subtle, right? Yeah. But it makes a big difference. How about this one? Meet other diabetics. Yeah, like, yeah. So first of all, you're calling somebody else because you're saying that they're diabetic because you said other diabetics, right? So you can't say that, right? Skull and crossbones. A monthly meeting for diabetics. That's cool. All good. You can meet all the diabetics you want, all right? How about this one, guys? I want you guys to kind of understand this, right? Depression getting you down? Get help now. Why can't you say that? Yeah. Right? You're calling somebody out once again, right? Depression counseling. Okay, we're not calling anybody out. Okay, so you can see, guys, this is important, right? So take the time, when you're writing your copy to see, like, first of all, ask yourself, am I calling somebody out, right? If I'm calling somebody out, chances are I want to make that change to the copy. You can still say the same thing, but you have to say it a little bit differently. Okay? Does that make sense, guys? Okay.
There should be a software for this.
There should be, yeah. Well, I'm working on it. So, actually, yeah. So, actually working on it right now. But so, yeah, I got an idea for a software program that's gonna be sweet. So, 2020. All right, guys. So it's really important to remember here because I think so many times we focus on the copy, and I think the copywriting is important, but it's also important to remember that your targeting does a lot of the talking, okay? So with your targeting, you can, that's why, like, for example, you can target people that are interested in weight loss. You can target people that have diabetic issues, right? So you're already putting the ad in front of them, right? So you already know that they have diabetes or they want to lose weight or whatever. And so you can be a little bit more subtle in terms of your ad copy because at least you're putting it in front of the right person. Does that make sense? I want you guys to catch that because that's really, really powerful because it's not about, your ad copy is important. Yes, you want to persuade people, but the message has to be right for the audience as well. So if you have the right audience, you're already doing yourself a big, big favor, okay? And now your copy can be a little bit less claimy. It doesn't have to call anyone out, and it can still be as effective, okay? Make sense? All right. So ad copy structure. So there's a couple keys here. I don't know if there's 7 keys, but there probably is. Key number 1, guys, you want to ask a question that pulls them in and gets an implied yes. Okay? And now I'm really kind of simplifying how to write copy because that could be a whole weekend conversation, but I want to kind of keep it as simple as possible. So ask a question that pulls them in that gets an implied yes. Okay? So for example, it might be hard to read, but I'll say it for you here. So who says you can't have chocolate and eat it too, right? That's a good question because, like, yeah, who says that, right? Like, I want chocolate, okay? And this is actually a good offer. This is Danette May. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Danette May, but she has a big, big business. She probably does $30 to $50 million a year with her business. She has a lot of offers on ClickBank. But once again, she's really, really good. Like, if you ever get a chance, go and just type in Danette May and look for her fan page. Look through the ads, take a look at them. Really, really good as far as what you can do and what you can't do. And also, really, look at how she's modeled her brand. Like, she's built her brand, and that's why she's able to get away with a little bit more stuff, and she's able to get things like that. Okay. Danette, D-A-N-E-T-T-E. Then May, like not April. Not June, but May. Okay. D-A-N-N-E-T-T-E. I think it's 1. Yeah, it's something like that. Like I said, me and spelling are not good friends. All right. So that's important. So ask a question that gets implied yes, because once you do that, if you ask somebody a question, it causes them to think, causes them to pause what they're doing, and then you get their attention. Okay. Key number 2 is a connecting sentence. So something like this. It seems like women all over the world struggle with the waistline. All right. So if you're a woman and you're reading that, you're like, yeah, you know what? I struggle with that too. Right. So you're connected with that sentence. You're connected to it. Right. I know just how frustrating that can be. Right. So now you pulled them in. You're like, wow, this person understands me. And once again, this goes back to if you know what the offer is that you're promoting, you're entering the conversation of that person's mind, the ideal customer, that avatar, like Liza said. That's a huge advantage because now you're entering the conversation in their mind with your ad copy. They're like, wow, this is totally what I need, okay? Key number 3, right here, right now. So something like, today I'm in a much better place. I can't tell you how great I feel today compared to last month, okay? It's all about the here and now, okay? So if you can tell, in that copy, it's like, wow, now I feel so much better. I feel so much better than I did before, all right? That definitely pulls someone into it, okay?
The title of that key again?
Yep, right here, right now. And so literally you can kind of plug and play once you have all these keys in place, right? The offer is key number 4. So with the offer, right? So for example, your thing would be like, if it was weight loss, it'd be like, on the next page, you're going to discover how, my mentor, Carrie, was able to overcome, was able to accomplish her results and get her best life yet, right? So something like that, where you talk about the offer and you say or if it's like, for example, say it was a collagen offer, right? That Matt and Fred were talking about, right? You can talk about and see how this amazing collagen offer can really help to X, Y, Z, right? So you're tying in that, and that's going to help a lot with your ad copy, because a lot of times, what happens with the low quality ads? What's like the message they say? Like you're hiding information, you're misleading people, you're not giving people enough information, right? In your copy, if you have it where you say, hey, this is what you're going to get, and you kind of allude to it, and you tell them what to expect, and by them I mean the user that's looking at the ad, all right, your low quality errors go away, okay? So it's really important that you kind of allude to something, tell them what they're going to get, tell them what the expectation is, and then that will help with your copy, okay? And then the call to action, key number 5. All right, so call to action. Click here to watch more. Click here to read the article, right? Tap here. So one thing too, guys, I would say is if you're doing mobile, so like if you're running on just mobile only, like in your copy, use the word tap as opposed to click, okay? Because just that subtle thing, because people are tapping, right? You can say, use that thumb to tap here to, like little things like that make a big difference, right? And also I find that if you want someone to click or whatever, you have to literally tell them to do that, okay? In your copy, your click-through rates will go up if you say click here, all right? If you don't, they're not going to click as much because people are crazy. For whatever reason, you have to tell them what to do, okay? So another important thing, I know I mentioned this quite a bit, but ad copy has to be conversational on Facebook, all right? Why does it have to be conversational on Facebook? Anybody know? Because it's a social network, right? So once again, I say this many times, nobody wakes up in the morning and is like, man, I need to lose weight. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go on Facebook and buy a weight loss program, right? Like nobody does that, right? I just don't think so. It has to be conversational, right? They stumble upon it, they get there. Like they don't go onto Facebook because they want to buy something. They just happen to be on Facebook when you put your ad in front of them, right? So it has to be conversational. It has to be, they call it native to the network, the platform, right? So like everyone's posting conversational stuff on their profile and news feed. Same thing with your ad. It has to be conversational, okay? And you never try to sell from the ad, okay? And like I said, guys, the number one rule is you have to enter the conversation going on in the reader's mind, okay? You have to know that person you're trying to sell to better than they know themselves, okay? If you can do that, you can win. You can win all day long, okay? So you have to know what their pain points are, what their objections are, what they, what makes them tick, all right? What foods they like, what restaurants they go to, what shows they watch, right? If you can build out that avatar once again and hit those pain points, man, oh man, you guys are gonna do some big things, okay? So here's a good, nice little ad. I like this ad. So this is another ClickBank offer. Everybody ever heard of Yoga Burn? Yeah. So I was hanging out with a guy. What is it, Zoe? Zoe. What's the husband's name? I hung out with him all weekend too in Beverly Hills. I can't remember his name right. But anyways, he runs all their traffic. So they do a lot of internal. What's that? Yes, Kyle. They run all the internal traffic. Mostly they do some affiliate stuff, but they kill it on Facebook, all right? And so here, another good page, like just look at Yoga Burn as a good indicator, some really good inspiration as far as copy, creatives, how they set things up. They do a lot of money, right? Once again, another $30 to $50 million a year business, right? They kill it, right? Just teaching like yoga. Okay, so there's a lot of money in it. So the copy here. What's the key to trimming the waist without spending hours in the gym? Okay? Now, I love that sentence. I'll say it once again. What's the key to trimming the waist without spending hours in the gym? Why is that okay to say? Did they call anybody out? Nope. Right? Did they ask a question? Yep, they asked a question, right? So that, in Facebook's eyes, is okay. All right? So that's a huge... Like you guys should be like, wow, that's awesome, right? Because once again, like you said, hey, what's the key to trimming the waist without spending hours in the gym? You could use that in your ad copy right now, for if you're running a weight loss offer, right? And then go with your own stuff. Same idea, okay? Female transformation specialist Zoe Bray Cotton created the Trim Core Challenge to help women everywhere shape, strengthen, and tone their midsections while burning fat and enjoying the incredible benefits of yoga at the same time. Okay? They said burning fat in the copy, guys. And it's okay with Facebook's eyes because of the way they framed it. All right? You guys see that? See like the subtle like nuances as far as the copywriting goes? I could geek out on this all day. Best of all, it takes 15 minutes to powerfully target that tummy. Right? Get the Trim Core Challenge now. Okay? So you can see they did a lot of things right. They had they had right here, right now, like join today, right? They had, they mentioned what the offer was. They talked about the, what is it called, Trim Core Challenge, right? They talked about, they did a lot of subtle stuff as far as like talking about trimming the waist, burning fat, strengthen, tone. Like those are all like buzzwords when it comes to like losing weight, right? But they didn't say like, do you want to lose belly fat and lose weight, right? Like, see what they did there? They kind of danced around it, but they said the same thing. Does that make sense, guys? All right, cool. I want you guys should be more excited about this than you are right now. I don't know. Yeah, Danny, that's right. Yeah, that's, all right. So once again, give some ad examples here. So here's another one, right? I love Yoga Burn. Okay, once again, I like to take my inspiration from other people that I know that are scaling big and doing some big things, right? So Yoga Burn, 12 weeks ago, I was skeptical, right? So why is that such a cool sentence? Does it pique curiosity? Oh yeah, what were you skeptical about, right? I didn't know if I could do it or if it would work. I didn't know if I'd stick to it. But just 12 weeks later, I feel so empowered. My body looks better, leaner and tighter. My fitness and flexibility have improved. I have more peace of mind and focus. It's amazing how, see, I love that too. That's on purpose. So because when you read that, guys, what happens when you read that? Like, it's amazing, right? It makes you like what? Like, right? It's a little trick. That's on purpose, okay? With just 15 minutes a day for 12 weeks has changed so much. Start your Yoga Burn journey now. In 12 weeks, looking back, feeling like proud and accomplished, okay? Great copy here because first of all, they pique curiosity. There's a little pattern interrupt, they call that, with the 3 dots in the word how. They don't really call out anyone or any condition. It's all first person narrative, okay? And the reason why they're able to do this, guys, is because, for example, Zoe is in a lot of these videos, like on the page and everything. So, when people go to the Yoga Burn page or see a Yoga Burn ad, like they know Zoe and they know that it's like she's talking. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So that's a really good example too. All right, so here's another one. This is for, you guys heard the offer, Unlock Your Hip Flexors? Yeah, so this is, so their media buying team, you notice, guys, they don't have a fan page that says Unlock Your Hip Flexors, right? What's the name of the fan page? Something, I don't even know what it means. Healing Through Movement, okay? It's very brand focused, right? There's a nice soothing feel to it, right? So they run a lot of volume on Facebook as well. They run straight to their sales page, okay? They've made a lot of changes. You can definitely check it out too, like go and check out their ads and look at their sales page they have for Unlock Your Hip Flexors because they have a ton of copy. It's a long form sales page, but they have a ton of references. Like everything, there's like those little 1s and 2s, and I mean everything is referenced, and there's so many scientific references backed up on there, right? So the copy is, happens so slowly, most people don't even realize they're doing it. What are they talking about? What does that mean? I gotta find out. But over time, adopting this position can have a serious effect not only on posture, but on the health of the neck and the spine. I'm not sure what they're talking about. I got to read more, right? In Forward Head Posture Fix, renowned injury specialist and kinesiologist Rick Kaselich, who I just did an interview on YouTube, in my YouTube channel, shares 10 look at that, they did it again, guys. Look at that. See that? Like, oh man, you guys should be more excited. All right, 3 dots, get excited. Important exercise that can help strengthen the body and restore correct alignment. All it takes is 15 minutes a day. Get Forward Head Posture Fix now, which is one of their kind of additional offers they have in that suite of products. Cool copy, right? Like once again, like the 10, I love that. Guys, use that please in your copy. Okay, is this making sense? So you guys get some good ideas from this? All right. Here's another one, which is Meditation Daily. This is I don't don't know why the image didn't show up for their fan page, but also a pretty good one. I would say it's not the best one, but I did like it too. I swear by this with a heart. Okay, once again, it sounds funny, but like just doing that as opposed to the actual emoji heart does something. Like it's different. Like it's a pattern interrupt. It's something you're not used to as opposed to so it's just little things like that make a big difference because we want people to stop scrolling on Facebook and we want them to pay attention, right? So my guide arrived last month and I've started using apple cider vinegar every day. I can't believe they're still giving away this guide for free. I love that sentence because now I know it's a guide, but what is the guide on? But it must be amazing because they can't believe they're giving it away, right? So knowing where to start with apple cider vinegar is the hardest part. That's why the step-by-step guide makes it so easy. It includes, guys, once again, come on. Are you kidding me? Everything you need to know from how to use it on the body, hair, drinks, and even around the house. I've wanted to know more about apple cider vinegar. You hear about it all the time these days, but it seems so anecdotal, whatever that word is. It's nice to get an expert's opinion and direction, okay? So once again, guys, you can see they're using that same type of copy. There's a pattern interrupt where it's awesome, right? So literally do that, guys, in your copy, and you'll thank me later.
What does that stand for? I don't understand the symbol.
The heart.
Oh, that's a heart.
I think it's...
It's like they're talking to like a fifth grader.
Yep.
Like it's very, very
Yep.
basic.
Yeah. Yeah, good question. So Gordana has a good point here. So, she just said like the copy, it's almost like they're talking to a fifth grader with the way that they're writing their copy, right? And that's exactly the point. Like you want to make it so simple that like anybody can understand it. Like they don't have to have a big vocabulary. They don't have to, it says what you need to say, piques curiosity, and then you're out. That's huge. Yeah.
Well, what do you think? So I'm seeing just sometimes I see a paragraph and I don't even want to read it unless it's broken up.
Yeah.
What do you think does that work better?
Yeah, you got to test it out. So I usually find like the uglier it is, the better it does. I don't know why. Like same thing with landing pages, copy. Like kind of the uglier it is, and like I would say this is ugly copy. Like the way when I look at it, but. Because, and also the image plays a big part in it. We're not really talking about images right now. Victoria will do a talk on images, but the copy itself, like the image grabs your attention, the copy gets things going. The other reason, guys, this is done intentionally because does this look like it's somebody that's like a professional trying to sell me something? No, it doesn't, right? Like it's like an everyday person. Exactly, which is the point. Yep, that's the point. It doesn't want to be as polished, okay? Here's another one. This is for a dog product, which is probably going to be an up-and-coming inner circle offer soon. So just finalizing that. So hello, fellow dog lover. Have you ever heard of the airplane game? Anybody hear the airplane game? Okay. I hear it's taking off, though. All right. All right. All right. So the airplane game was a wonderful way to start eliminating my dog's bad behavior. It's part of this complete training solution to have a well-behaved pet. In the past, my dogs jumped on people, ate food off the counter, and ran off the street. Oh my God, look at this pattern, huh? After finishing brain training for dogs, which is obviously the product, right? All my problems stopped. This easy course improved my dog's mental intelligence, which is a way better method than just teaching him commands. And in addition to the airplane game, the course taught a ton of little-known training strategies and easy games. When we finished the course, something I didn't expect happened. Behaviors I thought were permanent just seemed to disappear, and the bond between my 3 dogs and me grew even stronger. Click below to read about more great doggy tips and advice from Brain Training for Dogs and see if this could really help your dog with their behavior. Okay. Also, some really, really good copy here. Once again, pattern interrupt, pique curiosity because I don't even know what the airplane game is. Okay. And I want to know what's going on. And typically, like if you have a dog, right, you can relate to all this stuff. And that's why this is going to be a good offer to promote too, because it's super easy to target dog owners, right? And it's very, very compliant. So guys, that's a cool copy, right? Yeah, interesting, right? And also it was kind of fun. Like when I read it, I was kind of having some fun, right? Because it's like, it's lighthearted. And it's speaking to the owner, right? Because if someone's a dog owner, obviously, I have my dog Simba, and he's like, I'll do anything for them, right? And so, I can relate to that type of copy. So the language is a little bit softer, it's a little more playful, right? And that's kind of what you want to do with the person you're trying to target. Does that make sense? Yeah.
So, kind of theme a fan page put together specifically for animal lovers? Or?
Yeah, you could do that. Like you could do a page like Man's Best Friend, or just something like brand, kind of like a brand feel, something like that. I mean, definitely something. I wouldn't do like the name, like brain training for dogs. I wouldn't do that for your fan page name, but something like that, like something that's just like, it's kind of overarching as far as the brand goes. Yeah. Like perfect example was the Healing Through Movement one. Like that is just the brand, and then they talked about like the forward head posture product, right? It was like the brand and then the product underneath it. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Is this helpful?
Yep.
Cool. All right, cool. So here's another one too. I just put together some little Slim Belly ad copy. All right. Have you heard about this recent study? What study? Apparently women all over the world are taking this 1 cup of liquid every single day, and they're seeing a pretty big reduction in their waistlines, okay? Seemed really interesting, so I decided to give it a try. Saying nothing else had really worked for me, and I have to say, so far, so good. Carrie, the creator of this program, put together a quick video on how it all works. Too much to type, so just tap the button, learn more to get the full scoop. Too much to type, right? See that? Like, see how it's like very conversational? Like, if you're texting somebody, hey, too much to type, I gotta call, right? Like people get that, right? So you can use that too. Feel free to use that, free of charge. All right? But you can see how it's very conversational. It's like, it brings somebody in, asks them a question first, it makes them be like, what study? I don't know what study they're talking about. Like, I need to know because I feel like I'm out of the loop, okay? And then you tie it in, and it just makes a lot of sense. It seems like it's very conversational. It wasn't written by somebody that was like a professional copywriter, although I think I do pretty good. But that's the way it works, guys, right? And then you can see like, Carrie, like once again, it just ties in, talks about the offer, tells people there's a quick video on how it works so they know what to expect. There's that user experience where people get and understand. And then you tell them the call to action, right? Tap the button to learn more to get the full scoop, okay? Make sense? How about another one? All right. How cool would it be to take a cup of liquid in the morning and look great? That'd be pretty cool, right? I would do that. I thought it was just wishful thinking, but apparently women all over the world are taking this 1 cup of liquid every single day and are seeing a pretty big reduction in their waistlines. All I have to say is I gave it a whirl, and so far so good, okay? So I use the word whirl because we're talking to people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, like it's more language, right? That like makes sense, right? Carrie, the creator of this program, put together a quick video. Once again, same idea, right? P.S. Carrie is so down to earth, and after watching your presentation, I felt so much more confident that I could really reach my goals, and I did. Thanks, Carrie. Right? Like, thanks. Right? Like, see how like.
That's actually a really good point. Making the copy based on the demographic that you're targeting.
Yeah.
Like, just thinking about like my kids, like they have a totally different language. Sometimes they
Yep.
don't even speak English.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's true, and it's like that's what really makes. That's why you want to write and decide who your avatar is, like who the person is, what their age is, what their how they grew up. Like that's like all like little phrases like that. Like give it a whirl. Like no kid, most like 20-year-olds are not going to say whirl. They don't know what it is, right? Like I'll say it because I just like the word. But that's like little things like that, guys. And plus that little PS there, it doesn't. It's almost like I'm writing a message. Like it's not like I'm trying to sell you something. I'm just like being. Does that make sense? I know I'm not, saying it correctly here, but that's what you want to do, and the psychology behind it makes a big difference on Facebook. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Is this exciting?
Yep.
All right, cool. All right, guys, I think that's it. All right, so what do we got here? 4:05 p.m. Oh my God, it's already 4 o'clock. Time flies when you're having fun. Or as Kermit the Frog says, time's fun when you're having flies. All right? So Kermit, that's what he says. All right? All right, guys, so I think we're going to call it a day for today. You guys learned some stuff today? Was it helpful? All right, cool. Awesome. Good. Wow, great. Awesome. Good. All right, guys, so like I said, tomorrow is going to be a little bit different, right? So Sylvia's going to give a whole talk on like implementing and setting up your funnels the right way. because one of the big goals that I wanted to have was that, you know, when you left here, like you could just run with your ads, okay? Like you got the targeting now, you got everything. I want to give you everything you need for success. Now the pressure's on you to actually put it to work, okay? And so she'll give a talk on that, and then I believe Victoria will give a talk on ad images as well, which is pretty cool. And then what we'll do is the rest of the day will be a lot of hot seats, which are basically like I'll go around to each and every one of you, and I'll make sure you get your individual questions answered, whatever I can do to help you out. Think of it as if you're in the inner circle, it's like a live in-person inner circle call, okay? These are really important, these are valuable, so I would say just knowing that, I will call on you. So make sure you have your questions and anything you need to have answered done, okay? And the nice thing about that is, that I find is anytime we usually go around, usually someone's problem will be like your solution, right? So you'll be able to, we learn a lot from it, okay?